Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of The Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Mike Prince, and as always, we welcome you into the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network and The Mike Prince Show. We got too many topics to even try to discuss with you on today. Today is February the 3rd, 2016, and I hope that you or enjoying yourselves wherever you may be. I just noticed that on my little screen that I had 2026. That's another 10 years away. I don't want to get ahead of myself too much, and I pray and sincerely hope that I am around in 2026, but it is 2016. We got a lot in store for you. We're going to get right into this week's show. Keep it where you got it. We'll be right back with this edition of the Mike Prince Show. It's a new year, and that means tax season is here.
And Gunderson's Bookkeeping can provide you with personal income tax preparation. For more information and schedule an appointment, call Gunderson's Bookkeeping at 936-372-2661.
The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566. Hello, this is Mike Prince, the host of the Mike Prince Show, featured right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Just wanted to share with you that we have our app available where you can go and download it at Google Play absolutely free. You'll never miss another show. You can catch up with old archives, and you can pass it on. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Mike Prince Show app available at Google Play absolutely free. Talk that makes sense. The Mike Prince Show, right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Mike Prince. Want to remind you that you can follow us all day, every day on Twitter at obn_radio. You can go and like our Facebook page. It is Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN, capital MIC. You can even follow us on Instagram. It's obn radio. And if I'm forgetting something else, always go to the website at obn-radio.com. That's obn-radio.com. Well, we normally start off the show with some type of national news scene or something to that effect that, for the most part, is under the radar by major media. But today, for this week's show, we're doing something slightly different, and I just want to put this out here to see where people are at this stage of the game. For those who are not aware, on tomorrow, February the 4th, there is going to be a show featured on FX. Now, I don't even watch much television, not for that purposes. I watch television for news gathering and to find out what's going on in the world of sports, and that's pretty much it. For me to sit down and watch a movie, it's hard for me to do sometime. I just recently watched a couple of Spike Lee movies for the first time, and I was almost embarrassed to, tell people that I'd never seen. But School Days was one of them. I think it was called Jungle Fever, and it was something else. but I just didn't. I've never been a big TV guy. My theory behind that is that I'm watching somebody working when I could be working. That's how I've looked at television. But I digress. I am making it a point to have, if I don't watch it in person, but I'm going to record the O.J. Simpson movie. And my question, people are going to watch it, I'm sure, but what is the reason that you want to watch it? Here is something that happened back in 1994, a situation that literally split America right in half. It was Black America saying, "Hey, we finally got off of something that we were accused of," and then white America was in a rage because O.J. Simpson is quote unquote getting off the hook for murder. And the response from Black America is that white America had been getting off the hook for murder for years. So finally, we'll go ahead and have some quote-unquote justice. And as I watched this story develop, one thing about myself, I've always been a free thinker, a creative thinker, the one who doesn't necessarily go with what is apparently the obvious way to go. I've always wanted to be able to challenge why it is the way it is. And for whatever reason, I may have gotten myself in some trouble. I see that I got a chat inbox that my loving wife, she just says, "Good morning." Well, good morning to you, Sunshine. I'm glad you're listening. You can send your chat by way we broadcast this live through Spreaker. You can look up Open Mic Broadcast Network and then go to the Mike Prince Show, or you can go through the website and then you'll see a little chat bubble in the bottom of the right-hand corner at obn-radio.com, and you can click on and send your messages that way. But anyway, as I was saying, in my time of studying this O.J. Simpson, murder case of how he was able to walk away, basically without any crime to pay, and he walked away a free man. And as I stated, it causes all kind of tension, if you will. Not long or shortly after or before that, you had the Rodney King situation. I believe that Rodney King situation really messed up a lot of people on both sides, because if you can recall that situation, we were told that what we saw wasn't really what we saw on video. Here was a man who was pummeled, but they said that's not what we saw. And it's always been tension between the police and certain communities, if you will, in particular African American communities. And I believe that just kind of escalated a whole lot of things. Now, for the record, it doesn't give you justification to go rob, steal, and loot from people, this, that, and the other. Right is going to always be right, and wrong is going to be wrong. But the point that I was trying to make was this: I want to watch this show, and I want to see, they're gonna dramatize it and everything to make it sensational for TV, must watch TV and all that. I understand that, but I want to see some insights, some intricals of what's going on. And I guess my question to you, and I might have to poll this question on our Twitter and Facebook, will you watch the O.J. Simpson movie? I know I'm going to watch it, and I have my various reasons for why I'm going to watch it. Just thought I'd run that by you to see what you thought. Well, I tell you what, I got another theory, and I'm not trying to reopen a case or anything of that nature, but I personally believe that O.J. Simpson had something to do with it, but I think he was literally covering for someone, and that someone was his son. Why would he do that, Mike? And why would his son have anything to do with it? They say the gift to all is reading, and the curse to many is not. O.J. Simpson's son had more motive than O.J. to kill his former wife. At the time, O.J. Simpson's first wife, which was O.J. Simpson's son, I can't even recall his name right now, it's been so long ago, they needed some extra finances to get a new home. There was some situation going on about a home, and of course O.J. refused. The money I'm already given, and I just always thought that the son had a motive. He can get this young lady out of the way, and then that would free up the money, and then case in point, he becomes hero to mom. But who am I? I'm just a simple guy that sits behind a mic and talk about sports, life, and whatever comes to mind. We're going to take us a break, and we come back. We still have a lot to cover, man. There's a lot going on at the University of Prairie View A&M. Want to talk about Super Bowl Sunday, of course, and then we're going to discuss the NFL Pro Bowl. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show. I am your host, Mike Prince. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas.
It's a medical breakthrough. Doctors are prescribing something new to help prevent cancer and improve survival rates. But you don't get it filled at the pharmacy. The answer is as close as your local supermarket. That's right. Research has shown that a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, and other high-fiber vegetarian foods protects against cancer and can even help survival rates. Side effects of a vegetarian diet include increased energy, lower cholesterol levels, and better overall health. And with the right recipes, a high-fiber vegetarian diet can be a delicious way to help shed those unwanted pounds. So, stock up today. For a free nutrition booklet filled with delicious cancer-fighting recipes, visit cancerproject.org or call 866-906-WELL. That's 866-906-WELL. This message brought to you by the Cancer Project, committed to preventing cancer and improving survival.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text. And together, we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
What if I told you that for $36, you could make a big difference? At $36 a year, you can become a listening partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. This annual donation would help us continue the success of our broadcast throughout Waller County. Visit our website at ktorradio.com and become a listening partner today. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince. We are in the thicket of the very last week of the NFL, and that, of course, means that it's Super Bowl Sunday. The Denver Broncos, led by Peyton Manning, will be taking on the North I almost said North Carolina, but the Carolina Panthers, led by none other than Cam Newton. I believe I gave my prediction last week. I'm going to stick with it. If I didn't, it'll be news to some and redundant to others. I believe that Carolina will win this game. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's going to be much of a contest. I think it's going to be an easy victory for Carolina, but in the same breath, with it being an easy victory, it's going to make it a boring Super Bowl. And I want it to be competitive, but I just believe that Cam Newton and the Panthers, they have the magic dust, if you will, and there is no stopping these young men. An outstanding job that they've done, and they've come together collectively, and I think this will be the year of the Panthers. Now, there is a subject matter for me that I think that is a very serious situation for the NFL, and I'm going to just the Pro Bowl is a terrible product of the NFL. It is absolutely terrible. I know that they've gone through and they've changed the concept. It used to be AFC versus NFC. They've changed the format now where it's like a draft and a mixture and to keep the entertainment. But it is a terrible product. I don't know what other way to put it. And you might be saying, well, Mike, why is it such a terrible product? Well, it's a terrible product because of the timing. And in anything that you do, timing is everything. The Pro Bowl is played in between. It used to be played after the Super Bowl when, like, really? You think I'm going to waste my time and watch this game that guys really are not going to play through? Because unlike basketball or baseball, you play hard through a football game like that, you can seriously get hurt, and it's going to cause all kind of problems. The NBA doesn't play defense anyway, so it's a shooting display for their All-Star game, and it makes it entertaining and things of that nature. Now, unlike the MLB and the NBA, like I stated, was the timing of when this game is played. It's played at the end of the season. The All-Star game for baseball is right at mid-break. The All-Star game for basketball is right at mid-break. The guys are still in the season. The season is still of interest if your team is doing well or not. But it gives you the time of everything. My recommendation for the NFL is just do away with the game, man. Do away with the game. I mean, I understand that people want to see the stars, but you can have an all-pro team and have a banquet and raise some money for charity and funds, still be able to give those guys their bonus checks. But that game is a waste. I didn't even bother to watch it. I have never had an interest in watching the Pro Bowl because it's glorified exhibition ball, and I don't get into that. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just one old fuddy-duddy and his view on life, but I'm entitled to my opinion. And if they were to ask Mike Prince, what do you think we ought to do about the Pro Bowl? I'm going to say, can it? It's a done deal. You've tried everything. You've gone to these neon-looking uniforms. You've gone through all this hoopla and this, that, and the other. Yes, it's a beautiful sight in Hawaii, but fly them all to Hawaii, have a big banquet dinner, and call it the day or something, man, because that is absolutely horrible product, if you're asking me. And speaking of a horrible product, somebody explain to me Johnny Football Manziel. Johnny just don't get it. He just don't get it. He has become, I'm going to dub him the Ethan Couch of the NFL. He's suffering from affluenza. He feels like he can do whatever he wants to do, how he wants to do, and when he's going to do it. And guess what? He gets away with it. He gets away with it all day long and twice on Sunday. It all started really in Texas A&M when, Johnny Football, he was doing his thing and he had a little success. He got out of there and went, and got drafted by Cleveland. And, and anyone says that any quarterback that gets drafted by Cleveland is a curse. But nonetheless, he did get drafted, have opportunity on top of opportunity. But for whatever reason, this young man just does not get it. And someone really needs to grab my little brother and give him a reality check, a reality shake, or something, and say, brother, get it together. I'm not going to continually waste my precious breath and efforts on it, but somebody needs to let Manziel know, brother, enough is enough. His latest incident with he and his girlfriend, they don't want to admit it, but John Zale's problems could be more than just needing psychiatrical help, this, that, and the other. He might need some spiritual guidance and counseling. Now, I'm not saying that he has to go to a certain spiritual connectivity, but he needs to connect somewhere and soon. So let's not just, we can give up on him as far as a football player, but as a person, Johnny Manziel needs some help, and I hope that he gets it real soon. As I stated, we've got a lot going on. We got a lot more to talk about when we come back. We're going to take us another quick break, and we'll come back and we'll discuss a little bit more that's going on right now. There has been a transition going on at the Prairie View A&M University campus with the men's basketball team, and we'll talk about that and some other SWAC events when we return. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince. Keep it where you got it, and we'll be right back. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, is a great opportunity for you to have your next community event, whether it be nonprofit, funeral reception, community, charity, government, church, or individuals. The Jazz Bar has the accommodations to meet your need. The Jazz Bar is open Thursdays through Sundays, and you can schedule your private parties Mondays through Wednesdays. The Jazz Bar, located in Prairie View, Texas, dial 936-857-9566.
Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas.
And welcome back. I'm your host, Mike Prince, and you're listening to the Mike Prince Show. It is Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2016, and I hope that you are nice and cozy wherever you may be. Our Twitter handle, if you will, is obn_radio. That is obn_radio. Our Instagram handle is obn radio. Facebook page is Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN, capital MIC, Broadcast Network. As you may have heard a couple of segments back, we are in the middle of our listening partner drive, which starts February 1st through March the 15th. And we're asking you to mount up and become a listening partner with us. And by becoming a listening partner, we'll continue to give you exclusive coverage, in particular for Prairie View A&M University baseball, softball, some local high school baseball and softball, and it will help us continue to roll in and take care and cover our student athletes. And, you know, it's amazing how this started for us back in 2002, being an old communications major from my beloved Prairie View A&M University. That's where I got my bachelor's from. And the opportunity presented itself. I put together a couple of dings, bings, and some pieces. And the next thing you know, bang, we've been broadcasting these games, and we've been doing it ever since, and it's been a labor of love. We were awarded in the 2012 broadcast season by TASB, which is public school recognition for our Media Excellence Award and the work that we did covering our local high schools. And we thank you all so much and would love for you to be a part of us. No matter where you are in the country, you can become a listening partner, because our message is heard all throughout the country, in particular in Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Alabama, of course in the state of Texas, Missouri, California, Nevada, I believe even in Oklahoma, we've been having some correspondence and respondents from people that have listened to and appreciate the product, and we thank you all so much. So visit our website at obn-radio.com. That's obn-radio.com. You will see a little yellow PayPal button in the top right corner, and once you click on that, any amount that you would love to contribute would be greatly appreciated. But we're asking if you would consider a minimum of $12, even $24 or $36 annual campaign. This is our spring campaign from February 1st to March 15th. Go ahead and help and make your donation today. That's obnradio.com, and help out with our listening partner membership drive. As I have made my spiel on that, let us continue on with today's show. Now, there has been a big move on the campus of Prairie View, and for those who may not be aware of what was going on, Coach Byron Rim II, who had been a very integral part of the men's basketball program for Prairie View, was he had agreed to part ways and move on as far as leading the team with the basketball programming, if you will. So with all that being said, there's a new sheriff in town, and that new sheriff happens to be Mr. Byron Smith. Now, Byron Smith is in his third year with Prairie View, as he was the assistant coach and responsible for the conditioning of the basketball team. And he has taken on this new role, this newly appointed role, if you will, of the interim head basketball coach, and he will be fulfilling that role at least for the remaining of the season. And now this has been one of those seasons of difficulty for Prairie View basketball. They've only had one win thus far, just coming off a 2-game losing streak on the road. They'll be at home, a huge home stance this weekend, as they will face the ever so tough and menacing Texas Southern Tigers, and that game will be held live on the campus of Prairie View A&M University at the Billy Nix Baby Dome, and it is going to be a packed house, and it's going to be a opportunity for you to see up close just what and how the Panthers are shaping up, if you will. And with that being said, it's going to be a changing of the guard as far as everything is going to be going with that. So that is something to be watching out for. We have a new head football coach in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and that is none other than Mr. Fred McNair. Now, he is the older brother of 12-year football veteran and former Alcorn Brave, Mr. Steve McNair. He's replacing Mr. Jay Hobson, who has taken a job and returned, if you will, to southern Mississippi. In fact, Hobson was quoted to saying that I'm home once he signed his new $800,000 annual contract. Not a bad way to come back home. Now, Hobson came in and had some success as a Southwestern Athletic Conference head football coach. As a matter of fact, the first Anglo-Saxon to lead an historically black university football team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and he's had some success, and he has moved on. As a matter of fact, Prairie View's own Willie Simmons came out of that tree line, if you will. I know that Simmons had some other connections as far as Clemson and Middle Tennessee, but his last visit before he came to Prairie View came through Jay Hobson, and found it very interesting in the report and the research how Fred McNair, who came to Alcorn in 2012, was around the same time. Of course, Coach Simmons was there, and how they were saying that the improvement of the offense took place. And we'll see exactly how that holds up. I'm pretty sure that Simmons would like to put his stamp of approval that yes, you know, some things are coincidental, but let's give credit to whom credit is due. So we'll put a particular watch on the Alcorn Braves as they begin their new journey under Fred McNair. And it's always interesting to see how an individual responds and how they deal when they are given the position. Okay, here's your opportunity. Lead us to the promised land. Can you make it happen for us? Can you do what we need done? We need you to come through in such a way. And now Brother McNair will get a chance to do so, and want to tell him, you know, congratulations and extremely best of luck. And speaking, as we're continuing to talk about the Southwestern Athletic Conference, baseball season has arrived. It has absolutely arrived, and you got to be excited. You got to be pumped up. At least I know I am. If you are anywhere remotely close to what I like, I am a baseball junkie, baseball fanatic. I cannot wait until the season gets on the way. And we got another exciting part to share with you, is that the Open Mic Broadcast Network will be in exclusive cahoots, if you will, with the Prairie View A&M University men's baseball team, as we'll be giving you the games live on our network at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You'll be able to catch them all live. As a matter of fact, we have visions and plans to be there at the beginning of the season when they take place in the MLB tournament down in New Orleans at the baseball complex where they hold a SWAC tournament. So it is a lot going on. In fact, I'm so excited, I believe I can hear the roaring of the crowd. That's how excited I am that we're going to have some baseball action coming up, but we're also going to have local high school baseball right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and we're going to give it all to you as often as you can while you can. So with all of that being said, baseball is in the air. The football world never ceases to keep moving, and there's a new chain of command in the world of basketball on the hill at Prairie View. We're going to take us another break, and we come back. We're going to continue to talk about something, and something in particular that I had never really heard of nor even gave thought to, and that's donkey basketball. That's right, you heard me, donkey basketball. I'll explain more to you when we return. You listen to the Mike Prince Show. Keep it where you got it.
You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas. Apple Ford Hyundai is a dealer you can count on. Apple's range of car services include new Ford Hyundai sales, used car sales, car loans, and auto financing. Certified Ford Hyundai Auto Service Department, full selection of Ford Hyundai auto parts and aftermarket accessories. Come on out to Brenham, Texas, and find out why Apple Ford Hyundai has been named the best kept secret in Brazos Valley. They're located at 1820 Highway 290 West in Brenham, Texas. You can dial their toll-free number at 888-898-6095. There's even an internet sales division. Simply go to www.appleford.com. Apple Ford Hyundai of Brenham, Texas.
Okay, astronaut, you're up. You'll be meeting with Wish Kid Brandon.
Roger, Brandon.
His wish is to see a space shuttle launch.
All systems are go. We are cleared for liftoff.
This year, more than 27,000 children will be diagnosed with a life-threatening medical condition.
And, Cowboy?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be meeting with Shayla at a dude ranch in San Antonio.
Let's saddle up.
Some will miss school. Some will miss time with their family and friends.
Princess, are you here?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for rescuing me from that evil witch.
Juliana wishes for a princess-themed room makeover.
That sounds magical.
But with your help, the Make-A-Wish Foundation can lift their spirits and give them a special kind of hope.
Pirate!
Yar!
You're up for Isaac's wish.
Aye, aye, Captain.
The wishes of thousands of children are waiting to come true.
You can help make my wish happen. Visit wish.org today.
With over 20 years of experience as a lawyer, attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. can help you with whatever your need may be. Divorce, car accidents, criminal case, wills, deeds, trust, civil suits, parent and child relationships. Contact Richardson's Law Office located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. You can call them at 979-826-8008. Attorney Lee Van Richardson Jr. in Hempstead, Texas.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. I'm your host, Mike Prince. Man, it is hard to believe that we are 40 minutes deep into this week's show already. And as I was noticing over the break, we have a new Twitter person in Twitter Nation, and that is none other than head football coach Willie Shotgun Simmons. He just opened up his Twitter account, and I guess he's following me now, and I chose to follow him back. So you can follow us as well on Twitter at OBN_radio, or you can follow Coach Willie Simmons on the Twitter handle. As we continue to move right along, we got some things that sometimes that I can honestly say only in the country doesn't happen. Now, for the record, I have been countrified. I've been in the Prairie View area since 1988, originally from my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis will always be my home. St. Louis Cardinals will always be my first love of athletic teams. Spaceball is a sport that really changed my life for the good. But I have never in my days imagine or fathom donkey basketball. Donkey basketball. If you've never heard of donkey basketball, I encourage you to go to YouTube and just type in the words donkey basketball and prepare for some entertainment. Why do I bring up donkey basketball? I have been asked to MC a donkey basketball event on February the 11th at Waller High School. And I will be there with bells on and, of course, boots on as well for this donkey basketball event. It's a fundraiser for the local high school FFA program, and we've always been community-oriented here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And when they asked me to do it, I was like, it's like The Godfather. It was an offer that I couldn't refuse. So I'm going to take some pictures and possibly some videos because, and I might even bring me a nose pin to cover my nose up for this donkey basketball event on Waller High School's basketball gymnasium, February the 11th, 2016. Just thought I'd share that with you so you guys can check it out for yourself and find out just what this donkey basketball is all about. Now, as we have gone into this 21st century, this new millennium, where everybody has at least one sort of electronic device within their possession. We are social media geeks now. We have become so obsessed with electronics and devices, bells, whistles, and chimes, that we have lost the art of communicating. Communicating is becoming an lost art, if you will, because with the fast-paced society and everything is abbreviated. There's so many abbreviations going on in the texting world that I'm forever scratching my head, and I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm a little slow. Could you help me translate what you just tried to tell me? And then they break it down. And I understand they use that to cut down on different words or different, characters, because you can only use so many characters when you're doing these messages. But come on, people, give me a break. Must we take every break, or must we take every situation like that where, like, I just got done, LOL. I understood that was laughing out loud. And they have other abbreviations, and I just can't keep up with it. And I'm saying all that to say this, that if you want to be successful in life, you got to learn how to look a person in their face, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Do not be afraid of potential confrontation, because not all confrontation is bad. Some confrontation is healthy. You need to have a positive and a negative in order to get things to move. So you do need some type of occasional confrontation, because it can't just be yes, I agree all the time. But that should also come into the art of communicating. I can agree to disagree with you, but I don't have to take it so personal that I'll have a vendetta against you. And whatever you bring up, even if it's for the good of all, I'm going to shoot it down because I don't like what you didn't like about my situation or my project that I wanted to get done. And just for, all intents and purposes, maybe your product stunk. Maybe your idea was just so terrible, and this person was bold enough to say, no, I don't think we ought to do that, brother, and let's move to another route. And so you go back into your man cave or whatever you go and work up and cook up your formulas, and you come out with this vendetta. I will shoot down everything that you have to say because you shot mine down. We got to get past that. The art of communication will really help heal wounds and bring people together. And speaking of bringing people together, there's an old game that has been resurrected in the Prince household, and I told you that with the new era, with all these game consoles, and you got different levels, and you can create ball players. My son and I have just had one of the greatest weekends that just passed. My baby boy. By playing an old simple board game. It's a baseball board game that just does not get old, at least in my opinion. It's called Stratomatic, and this is a baseball board game. They offer it in other sports as well, football, hockey. I believe they even offer it in the basketball version. But this Stratomatic is an excellent game for bonding. It's an excellent game for communicating. It's an excellent game for learning the game of baseball, because what it does is, I'll give you a cliff note of what happens and the intent of all this that's going on. This particular game gives you realistic players, and you can get them, and you can do a draft. You can get teams, 4 or 5 different teams, and you can draft your guys, and you could put them on your particular team, and then you have these very small pieces. You have 3 dice, a couple of pieces for the base pads, and I believe that's it, and a couple of instruction cards as you're playing the game. But this game is very much worth its weight in gold, and they have different versions of it. You can get the small travel version, or you can get the more complex duplex version of the game. But I strongly encourage you to go and check it out if you're looking for something that you can get away from the beeps and the clicks of all the electronic devices that we have become enamored with. Get your time and sit back. My son and I did a 7-game series over this weekend, and it was absolutely awesome. The games are not that long, but you can be as long as you want to, and it is a blast. I strongly recommend that you check it out. If you appreciate baseball on any level, you will appreciate this game, Stratomatic. I have yet to attempt to do the football version or the hockey version or the other versions that they offer, but it just made sense to do with the baseball, and I promise you, it'll be money well spent. It's called Stratomatic. It's Stratomatic, M-A-T-I-C. Stratomatic. It is a game that is perfect for bonding with you and the loved ones, and it is an absolute blast. So I have thrown you all the way off with this segment because I've talked to you about donkey basketball in a game that some of you probably scratching your head say, Strato who? It's called Strat-O-Matic. And I guarantee you, when you check it out, you will appreciate. And you'll say, Mike, I thank you for introducing me to Stratomatic. I tell you what, we're down to about our final 10 minutes of this week's show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another break, and I'll promise you I'll be back in 2 minutes and 30 seconds as we conclude with this week's edition of the Mike Prince Show. Keep it where you got it. and we'll be.
You're listening to Community Radio on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, 87.9 FM, Prairie View, Texas.
You know what? I got a problem with drinking and driving. Too many fall victim, most don't survive it. We just gotta think before we drink, cause you can lose your life just as fast as you can blink. It's that simple. We all know driving drunk is illegal, still we're doing it. I'm just trying to smarten up my people so we can keep it safe on the roads. I'm all about mad, and that's because they got a positive goal. So next time when you out with the guys, make sure at least one stays sober to ride. Keep it safe, y'all. Yeah, keep it safe, y'all. Yeah, mad.org.
You want to know what Boy Scouting is all about? Boy Scouts of America program has 3 specific objectives, commonly referred as the aims of scouting. They are character development, citizenship training, and personal fitness. If you have a young man between the ages of 11 and 17 and you live in the Houston area, dial 713-659-8111. On my honor, I will do my best.
Did you know that physically active children are healthier? It's true. Exercise protects them from diabetes, obesity, cancer, and heart disease. Sadly, nearly half of our kids don't get the recommended 60 minutes of exercise a day. So turn off your kids' TV or computer and take them outside for a walk or bike ride. After all, what's more important than your child's health? To learn more about getting exercise into your child's life, visit the American Council on Exercise website at acefitness.org. That's acefitness.org.
Are you looking for an affordable way to increase your business? Let the Open Mic Broadcast Network lead the way. For a customized, affordable ad campaign, call 832-213-8824.
And welcome back to the Mike Prince Show. We're in our final segment. I hope that you have been entertained on today, informed on today, and just feeling better about your day on today. We have been telling you about a whole bunch of things going on throughout the world of sports and somewhat of the world of entertainment. But the beauty behind this show and this format is that we're going to always come up with something. We don't want to be labeled as being put in a box for being so predictable that we know what you're going to talk about this week. We know what you're going to talk about, that you lose interest. But I want you to know and understand that we'll take on some research opportunities. If you have any questions, comments, concerns that you would like to have us try to find out more about or even discuss right here at the Mike Prince Show, send us an email at OMB, that's Oscar Mary Boy Network at gmail.com. That's OMB Network at gmail.com. You can drop us a line. Let us know, A, if you like the show, A, if you think the show is terrible, B, what can we do to enhance the show, C, what can we do to just can the show and get rid of it altogether. But whatever you would have, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, send that on in, and we will work that up and work it out as soon as we can. Want to remind you, as we get ready to wrap up this week's show, our listening partner program is going on. Our listening partner membership is going on right now, February 1st through March 15th. Go to the website at obn-radio.com. Send your donation today to help us continue to support our student athletes. We have been doing this when no one else was willing and thinking to show up, and we want to continue to do this. We cover male and female sports equally, volleyball, basketball. We got some bowling coverage inside, with track and field with Coach Williams on the campus and through our local high school coaches. And this is a way for us to give back and support. And speaking of support, you know there's a new stadium coming up on the campus of Prairie View. We're going to need alumni to come together and buy season tickets. Even if you can't make the whole games, I buy season tickets when I'm able to get into the games for free, but I try to use them to promote the brand and to even bless someone who might not have the funds to go. So let's keep giving back. It's the gift that keeps on giving, and charity does begin at home. So let us continue to rally around. Let us continue to support. Let us continue to push forward, because Prairie View does produce productive people. I am a proud product of that. Also, I'm a proud product of my high school back in St. Louis, Missouri. That is Vashon High School, class of 1985. Vashon, we love, we honor, and adore thee. Keep promoting yourself. Keep highlighting our youth, because without that, we'll soon die out. I pray that you have a successful week. We got through the hump day, baby. We got through the hump day, and we're going to continue to move on. My name is Dr. Michael Prince. You can follow me on Facebook at Michael W. Prince. But if you really want to follow our sports page, go to Open Mic Broadcast Network, OPEN capital MIC Broadcast Network. Before I shut out, I want to give a congratulations to Coach Earl Claiborne and the Waller Bulldogs basketball program. They pulled out a amazing, stunning win last night over the Magnolia West Mustangs, as they were down by 9 points, and they end up turning that thing around, winning by the score of 54-44. These young men put it together, put their hearts on the line, and they pulled out the victory. And I want to encourage Coach and the basketball team in Waller. It's a challenging season, but keep working, keep plugging. Even if you don't win on the scoreboard, you'll win in life, because when your playing days are over, you should be able to look yourself in the mirror and feel good that you gave everything that you could, even if you came up short. I developed a motto about 10, 12 years ago now, that I might not be the best, but when I do my best, God is pleased. And with that being said, I've done my best for today, people. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next week, God bless you, and may He keep you, and we'll see you on the other side.